Bizarre Brain Comics. Hello, my comic book friends, and welcome to Bizarre Brain Comics. This is where I like to take a look at some older comics, talk a little bit about the characters and creators, and examine the stories and the art. This time I want to go back to 1995 with issue 3 of 4 of Guardians of Metropolis. And of course, this features the Guardian. But before we get into that, remember, if you haven't gotten it already, it's still available on Amazon only. My comic book, Bizarre Brain Comics Anthology. Just a little book, some comics, adventure, some humor, and some gags. And I appreciate all those who have ordered my book. $7.99 on Amazon. Now, of course, this is the Guardian. He has a long history of DC Comics. Now, of course, this is from 1995. This was just a couple years after Superman returned from the dead. So in their continuity, probably would have been just a few weeks or a few months. You know, in story continuity. And the Guardian has a long history in DC Comics. But see here, this is Guardians of Metropolis, number 3 of 4 from DC Comics, 1995. And of course, so it was early, January, so it would have actually been 94. So it would have been, just a little over 2 years. Written by Carl Kessel, with pencils by K Dwyer and inks by Mike Manley. Now, K Dwyer, I talked about him before. He did the pencils on that the artwork on that Torch of Liberty book I covered, which was written by John Byrne, art by K Dwyer. It was kind of a Captain America type character. Okay, and the Guardian is his name is Jim Harper. He is a police officer, and he is a shield-wielding superhero created by Joe Simon and Jack Kirby. Sound familiar? In 1942, published by DC Comics. Yes, he resembles Captain America. When Kirby moved to DC in 1970 and worked on Jimmy Olsen, among a bunch of others, he established Guardian as a supporting character in the Superman-related titles, as a clone of the original, with the mind of the original. And it was head of security for the Cadmus Project, which is cloning / genetic engineering group. And there were other clones in there. This is where I had Double X, who was a really weird alien-looking being that was genetically engineered. And the Cadmus Project played and the Guardian as well, played a part in the storyline after the death of Superman. In Guardian Classic Stories, he was with a group of kids, the Newsboy Legion. They were a group of street kids, and they were supporting characters, but eventually became the lead characters, with Guardian as a secondary character, in both his ID as Officer Jim Harper and Guardian. The Newsboy Legion appears as clones of the originals, many of whom are adults, and many of them are scientists at Cadmus. So, and in this story, one of the things I like about this is the only issue I got from this miniseries. Now, would like to have the other 3 issues. But one of the interesting things is this: most of the story is told in flashback to a storyline from the 40s during the war. And that's why this is his classic costume. That's what I created here too. It is slightly different in the more modern version. And the Guardian has made live action appearances, but not a Jim Harper version. In the Supergirl TV series, James Olsen, became the Guardian, and later his sister took over the Shield. So here we go. Even though lots of Kirby-inspired goodness, and yes, and you see right off from the splash page. Oh, and the intricate detail on the equipment and stuff in this cobbled together. All this and World War II, and you can see his more contemporary costume still with the shield. And notice his shield is designed to look like a police officer's badge, one of many designs, but specifically police officer's badge, because he was a cop, and he fought again. In fact, I think the 1940s Captain America movie serial more closely resembles the Guardian than it does Captain America. I mean, as far as the character and stuff and the events. But all the intricate detail on this equipment in the background. It starts off, because it's in the middle of a storyline, and they've just found the secret lab of former Cadmus scientist Dabney Donovan in a cavern under the Cadmus project, and he would slip in and out, and he stole his equipment from them, cobbled stuff together, and did all kinds of weird experiments with genetics. And that's what we see here in some of these critters. And some of these characters are the adult versions of the Newsboy Legion. And here we see all the weird critters he has created in this environment. All kinds of strange things. And he gets a message. Guardian gets a message here. This is from one of his buddies, that about his niece. Actually, it's the niece of great grand niece or something like that of Jim Harper. She has been orphaned, and he's trying to get custody of her, and she is with. Here we switch scenes because this is her, clear up here in the back, with the Newsboy Legion, and she's arguing with Scrapper. And the cops are trying to keep the Newsboy Legion under control a bunch. And here comes Inspector Dan Turpin. And turns out, when he was a kid, he was part of the, also Simon Kirby creation, the Boy Commandos. And they play a part in this, too. And he brings in Big Belly Burgers, and they're talking. And he's talking with the girl, Bobby Harper. She's a real tomboy. And he's talking about her uncle and the Guardian, and it gets a little argument with Scrapper, and it's kind of funny. And they so he tells them a story from World War II, and this is where it's all in flashback. And they did a really good job here with the visual storytelling, and the coloring and everything is all magnificent. Here we see, because this gangster Bob Moxie just got out of prison after like 50 years or something. And here we go. And this is a story involving Boss Moxie. He's going to some kind of meeting, and there's his girlfriend, his Moll here, and here she goes. "It ain't another dime, is it? You're not tired of me yet already, are you, baby?" "No, doll. Just had to see my granny. This is the place, Vito." It's funny, they go into this warehouse, have stare down with a bunch of Nazi agents. And then this cloaked figure enters, and that is the one they're conducting business with. And it's Axis. What I forgot what this guy's name is. Agent Axis. Yeah, that's it. And Agent Axis is in charge. And Boss Moxie gives a demonstration because they're buying these special weapons for the Nazis to use in the war. And he shows it, and it destroys weapons. It's just a ray so it'll work against guns and tanks and stuff, but it doesn't hurt people. And so they make the exchange. Boss Moxie's goes back out to the car. And then we see stuff with the cops. They know something's going down, and they're trying to figure out what it is. And they brought in the boy commandos with Captain Rip Carter, who is their adult supervisor. And one of them goes by the name of Brooklyn, and that's Dan Turpin when he was a boy. Inspector Dan Turpin when he was a boy. And here comes Rip Harper. I've forgotten his name. All of a sudden, Officer Harper, and he's glad to associate with him, and says, "Yeah, glad to meet you again." Well, we've never met. Well, I mean you and the boys, because they've got the Newsboy Legion and the Boy Commandos working together, because they're got the Commandos with the Newsboys, disguised as newsboys, to try to scope out what's going on. And then the two tough kids, Scrapper and Brooklyn, they get into an argument and get rolling around. And what's so funny here is because both of those characters are based on the young Jack Kirby himself. And it's a lot of fun. So this is all fun. They've just discover the Nazis, stuff's going down, and they catch the Nazis in the act. The Guardian appears, makes his move. There's the Agent Axis trying to get away, and after punch, fight, trying to get on their special submarine, and it turns out Agent Axis is Boss Moxie's girlfriend. She was in disguise the whole time. That's funny. And they stop. Agent Axis gets away, as she always does, but the other Nazis are caught. Boss Moxie is caught, and that's why he went to prison. And so there we go. This has nothing to do with the main story, so I'm not going to talk about that. Then kaboom! In this facility where this kind of a prison facility for academics, kaboom! Crash! Boom! Boss Moxie with a bunch of superpowered women come smashing in, and these are the Furies from Apocalypse. These are representatives of Darkseid, and they're working with Boss Moxie. So it's all Intergang. Intergang is related to Darkseid, and it's getting in the fight. Bam, bam, bam. They take their prisoner, whatever else they need. They grab some of the Newsboy Legion and get in one of their the Zoom wagon, Whiz Wagon, that's what it is, and they go through to the Zoomway. Well, the remaining kids go to get help from one of the Harrys, and then off they're going. Did you say this is Intergang? They're riding on a superpowered motorcycle, boom, and that's where we end. Going, because the next issue is the conclusion. But it's a lot of fun. Guardian, Newsboy Legion, Boy Commandos. Who would not love this stuff? And I never got it at the time. I don't think I even knew about it. And I would like to get the other 3 issues, because this is a lot of fun, just in that one issue. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. Please let me know. Please like, share, and subscribe. You got know people who are big Jack Kirby creation fans? Well, let them see this. Maybe they don't know about it. And tell me what you think about it. Do you like the Guardian? Do you even know about the Guardian? Let me know in the comments below. And remember, folks, comics are art.